Pirates lead that game. But go ahead. You want to introduce Curt'S?
Well, we've been getting so many calls lately. We got a couple of emails. We have done a lot of PSAs lately as the summer has begun. Not really official PSAs.
This is a year-round thing.
This is really a year-round thing for the Rob Dibble Show. We have been trying to get people to drive safer here in our community, especially down 91, 84, and then that 15 Merritt Parkway area.
That's a super speedway. That's a drag strip.
And out of all those roads, that's the lowest speed limit out of all those roads. And then a couple of days ago, we had a little hit-and-run accident with one of our favorite employees, Curt Kaplan. And Curt, when those things yeah. He tried to find him, couldn't find him. Chased him down.
A little bit. I didn't chase too hard. I didn't want to find something I didn't want to find.
Good thinking.
Good thinking.
You never know who you're trying to chase down after they bump you, and they might not have insurance, or they might be on the run from something else.
It is an insurance scam thing. They'll either bump you or back into you, and then you get out. And
I started to believe that it wasn't his vehicle.
So then that made us think, well, we need a new, fresh top 5 from Curt Kaplan as it's top 5 season, July and August. We're always fishing for content in the world of sports. And as we take a break from the baseball, from the Olympic talk, from the who doesn't want to coach Team USA soccer, we get into Curt Kaplan's top 5 things he hates about driving in the state of Connecticut. Number 5.
Well, actually, we're going to go with the honorable mention is next to it, though, because there's a little. I had to add this.
Okay.
Because driving around in town here in Hartford, it comes up on a regular basis. And I'm talking about reckless walking. You're driving, and people are not looking where they're walking.
I'm
because
walking here.
You're in your phone, you stupid jackwagon.
I know.
That's true.
I'm not in my phone, but
distracted walking worse than distracted driving.
So you're cool with like a guy like me taking liberties that I am better than you because I am walking and you're just a car. You should be waiting for me. I'm not distracted. I'm just better than you.
I tried
That's
to
a
take
lot
off
of
their
this
left
state
shoe.
going on, by the way.
I just want to take off your left shoe with my left rear tire.
Okay. All right.
My time's more important than your time.
Exactly. Number 5.
See, that theme is going to permeate a lot of this. That's pretty much what goes on the road is I think I'm better than you.
I'm better than you.
Kind of stuff.
Number 5.
Number 5. Did you know there are signs that tell you this?
Stop.
But the crossing of the divider between the HOV lane and the other 3 lanes is prohibited.
Yeah.
Now, the first 30 years that lane existed, I probably saw that crossed twice in 30 years.
Right.
Now it's a lane change.
Yeah.
And
Very dangerous
not doing, but you're also kicking up all the garbage. Yep. I've got my nice vehicle. I paid for my nice vehicle. You're kicking up all the garbage. You are not better than me.
5 HOV lane change.
But I've also thought about this. I think auto body and paint places sometimes send out drivers to kick up that stuff, get some divots out of your paint, so you got to go paint your car.
I think I got a theory Safe Light's working with the criminals.
100%. Oh yeah. all these glass places are out there breaking windows and stuff.
Super happy to replace your window.
Been a slow month, Ben. We got a quota.
Right. All of a sudden. Okay. HOV lane change. You're cool with the guy solo in an HOV lane. But as long as he doesn't change the lane.
As long as he's moving.
Okay, cool.
You know what? Put your arm up on the thing and make it pretend that you've got the girlfriend there, and at least make it look like it.
Or go buy yourself a mannequin.
Trying to do
and
that.
And strap the mannequin in.
I had a cardboard cutaway of Steve Martin from Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
So I had that in my Ford F-150 when I was interning at WHCN Radio back in the 90s.
Well, we got the life-size Sting cut out in the prod room.
That's got to be fine.
I'll put that in the past.
I got Jason Aldean in my office. I might take him for a ride.
Good idea.
Cowboy hat can sit over the seat there.
Number 4.
Go at a green light.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Oh, my God. What else are you doing? But
Listen,
you're not about just not paying attention and not being stupid on the road, but it's about being courteous to those behind you because they want to get through the light.
I know.
The guy that's in 10th behind you is not going to get through the light if you blow 3 minutes of it off.
Especially the left turny guy. Like left turny guy, you've got to be on it because when you're not on it, that's only good enough for like 5 cars when you are on it.
10 seconds long.
Well, when you're not on it, and then you get through, and like the next guy who's running the red, and now you're way far out of the way for me to yell at you because I'm stuck behind another left turny. And guess what? The guy who is mad about that guy not going fast enough, he like thinks now I can just wait because that guy waited, and he has to get somebody back so the people behind you get double duty of that action.
That's true.
I'm with you on that.
I do kind of like, though, every now and then when I'm just playing some games, just staying there until the light turns yellow, then I go to it.
Oh, you...
Then the 10 deeper. I'll kill that guy.
I'll kill that guy.
Just like Beverly Hills Cop.
Number 3.
Number 3. There's a little sign on the road that says this. I guess it's not really prohibited because I've never seen it enforced. But the tractor trailers are not supposed to be in the hammer lane.
Ooh.
You're talking about the high-speed passing lane.
Semis are in the passing
Just the left lane. The left lane is for
It is
passing.
illegal in the state.
Really?
100% illegal in the state.
I did not know that.
Nope,
Semi in passing
They
lane.
are not
Now,
supposed to be in the passing lane.
If you're like me and I'm up in East Windsor and I'm coming into Hartford, and if I'm headed to like 84 East and that's a left-hand exit, you will notice when the sign comes up it says end lane prohibition.
Yeah.
That removes that rule for that time.
That's a tough nut to crack because you're talking about the whole semi-truck community right now. And,
No, I'm just talking about the idiots because a lot of guys play by the rules and do the right thing. Most of them do.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the idiots.
Okay. So semi-trucks get in your right lane.
Well, no, I
Stay
don't
there.
mind if they're passing, just passing it over. But when they sit in that left lane for miles and miles and miles,
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing because they're trying to avoid traffic too. Because there's some really bad spots down by Danbury where 3 lanes go into 2, and it's an absolute bottleneck. And they'll try to get to that left lane, take that left down towards Danbury, and then hook a right over there on 84 West. So yeah, and I travel there a lot going down to the Danbury Mall.
Number 2.
Now, number 2 and number 3 kind of go together a little bit because some things happen that do lead to the tractor trailers ending up in that left lane, and sometimes not on their own accord.
Okay.
Little known fact, the left lane is for passing people.
Yeah, passing lane.
I know a lot of people don't know that. Apparently, nobody knows that in Connecticut.
Come down North Carolina, South
my
Carolina.
God.
Nobody knows that. They don't take that.
There's no such thing as a rear view mirror to where they notice that there's a whole line of traffic stacked up behind you. If you've got a line of traffic stacked up behind you, you're an idiot. Get out of the damn lane.
I like the left lane. It's smoother.
No, it's not.
Operators of vehicles, commercial registration, motor bus, trailer, school buses not allowed in the left lane. It's an $88 fine.
Wow. Really?
Yep.
I thought it'd actually be a little bit more than that.
Maybe $1,000 or
whoa,
loss of a testicle or something like that.
Wow, jeez.
Somebody else.
Golly. Number 1 thing on Kurt Kaplan's list of things he hates in driving in Connecticut.
All right, I got to start for a second here and calm down.
Okay.
'Cause This one's bad.
Oh, no.
People do this, and it's just the worst thing. And if you could take a picture of 84, going from 91 South to 84 West, this is the problem with America, people.
What?
Everybody's lined up. We got a little bit of traffic. It's Friday afternoon. We're lined up.
I know where we're going.
In that lane.
Yeah.
You know what exit that is?
Yeah, I'm thinking this happens to me on 17. Exit 17 going south. Yep. Keith
I'm just
knows.
using mine as an
right.
example of what happens a lot. But you got that guy lined, or that whole line over there trying to get on the other highway.
We're all waiting.
We're all waiting. We've all done the right thing by getting into the proper lane.
We're all great members of society.
Some guy's going to come up and pull that State Street move. He's on the State Street ramp, and he's going to cut over right at the end.
Oh,
Because I am more
perfected that move.
You know what?
Come on.
I cut people off I'm not even going that way. I'm cutting you off just
I don't
to cut
cut
you
people off. I look for the
Yeah,
space.
you do.
I get
You're
in
still
there.
cutting people off.
I'm not cutting anybody off. Stop your whining, Kurt.
If there's a gap, you shouldn't be in it.
You just have to be a good driver and have good timing.
No,
He is
you're
the
a
line
communist
cutter.
if you're
I'm a line cutter.
You're a
is the line cutter.
blood-stinking, pink go communist, and they should rip the toenails off.
I should give up a testicle?
No, rip the toenails off.
Your turn?
Wow.
Oh, God,
And then
my
dip your
toenails
feet
are
in
awful.
salt
so
water.
You pull them off.
Running it back, number 5, the HOV lane change, which I have seen a lot
Very
more of
dangerous,
lately.
people. There is a dip in it, too.
Number 4, go at the green light. Don't wait around. It's your turn. Number 3, semi-drivers. If you're going to pass.
Then get back in your proper lane.
Number 2, get out of the passing lane if you're not going to pass. Number 1, those dirty line cutters. That is the top 5 things Kurt Kaplan hates about driving in
Nice.
Connecticut. That was a great top
Very nice.
5,
I
Kurt.
didn't even get to signal lights.
Well, while we have some time, I do have 3 of the Family Feud style, the top 3 things people in Connecticut complain about in this state when it comes to driving. Would you guys like to guess?
Sure.
1 through 3. What's your guys' guess? Anyone?
Number 1, they probably don't want to get speeding tickets.
No, nothing with the law.
Oh.
And, in my experience here with traffic police, they don't really exist much. There ain't many cops pulling people over for
Yeah, you
me.
ain't on the highway then because it's like the DOT pulls trucks over. But they've got the SUVs.
Stop signs are a suggestion in Hartford. If you feel like it, go ahead.
I don't know. Do I want to stop at Hartford at a stop sign?
Is that what it is?
No.
We're nice people.
It's like Puerto Rico.
We're just
After
trying
11
to run
o'clock
up
at
to
night,
you to
I'm
say
going
hello.
right through.
We're just trying to say hello. No, that is not one of the 3.
Okay.
Kurt, you got a guess on 3?
Phones?
No, that is not one of the 3, but that is a good one. Phone driving.
Distracted driving is my number 1 pet peeve.
Across
I hate
the country.
people that are like.
These are Connecticut based. That is United
Everywhere,
States.
yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
that might be
You're
number
right.
1 United States. Nick, what's yours? Rotaries? No, not rotaries either.
Yeah, we don't
Not
have a lot of rotaries here.
Number 3, littering, especially
Oh,
cigarettes and lit cigarettes that are being thrown out into like field
That's a huge
areas. Forest fire. It is.
Yeah,
it
in
should
Connecticut,
be.
I think
It
it's
should
500
be.
minimum.
Most forest fires have begun because of littered
Hey, you
cigarette
sound like you're in
butts.
California.
Well,
That's how most fires start out there.
It is. And I think we had a couple of fires earlier this year. Now, they weren't like forest fires or anything in California or Canada, but there have been some fires because of that. Number 2 on the Family Feud list of things people hate driving in Connecticut, Ninja motorcycles. When they drive 120 miles per hour on 81 or 91 and
91,
84.
95.
That can be a dangerous thing. I can't believe you guys didn't guess the number 1 thing people hate about driving in the state of Connecticut.
We hate out-of-state drivers.
The merit?
No, those are on the list, but not number 1.
Really?
Actually, 95 is the worst thing in the world.
Pothole.
Yeah, well,
Well, it's going to happen.
that's a municipality thing, man.
Yeah.
That's about your taxes fixing the road. Great job. It's just they can't get to every pothole.
No, some of the side streets, it's probably better to not fix them. Let's slow everybody down a little bit.
When did they change the laws in this state with tandem trucks? Because this used to be a state where you couldn't drive through with tandem trucks. Now they're everywhere.
That was the early 90s.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I remember that band.
Well,
What, like a
My
truck
dad drove
hooked up
trucks.
to a boat?
two trucks.
Hooked
No,
up to
two
another
trucks.
boat?
Two trailers behind the first truck.
Oh, okay.
It
I
used to be
see.
illegal to have those in the state.
Back before
And
the
that's-
CDL days. It was right
and
around
that's
that whole
what-
time
That's
where
what tears up the roads. Is all that weight.
That and plows.
Yeah.
Our parking lot is really just a shrapnel lot.
So littering is between $100 and $500.
Good.
But the litterer, if caught, has to perform between 20 and 40 hours of community service.
I thought you were going to say like a dance. Like perform a dance.
Get your butt out there, put on the orange jumpsuit,
Love it.
and pick up trash on the highway.
they should make you do a television commercial so they embarrass the crap out of you, too.
Yes. Shame.
You feel shame?
The walk of shame. And people throw things at you.
It's tough around here, man. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Good job, though, Kurt. Great top 5 for the day.
Oh, and it's true. I mean, the distracted driving's got to stop, though. I mean, you got to put the phones down.
Never
Too many
fails.
people die because of it.
I always see like a guy swerving, like, man, this guy's drunk. And then I pull up and it's just a kid looking at his cell phone. I'm like, yep.
It's brutal. It's brutal. It is. The youth. I mean, that was the one thing we didn't have phones when I was growing up, so you weren't distracted other than your tunes, and fiddling for your cassette or fiddling for your 8-track.
Yeah.
Remember those days, Kurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cassette
That
fiddle.
was the danger because we used to have the cassette suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
So it had 50 on one side, 50 on the other, and you're trying to get to the one you want. You want Def Leppard.
Oh, really? I was getting rid of like Harry Chapin and moving along to like
really?
Freddie Fender,
I still have these issues.
Damn.
I roll CDs, man. I haven't had
Still?
a car without a CD player my whole life, and I made it a thing in the last 2 car purchases I've had. If you have a CD player, like that is such a bigger. I'd say 25% of me making the buy is if you have a CD player.
Having a CD player.
Yes, and that way, because I still like, gosh, I ain't gonna get rid of all these CDs, man. I got all these CDs, and I still have like the case of CDs, and
Most painful
gotta
thing in
switch
my
around.
life was getting rid of the cassettes. I had hundreds of them because I'd drive down from here to Florida for spring training, and that's what got me through it all.
Now, did you have one of those fancy cassette players where you didn't have to eject it and flip it over? It would do that automatically.
Oh, yeah. Well, I grew up as the youngest boy, and my 2 older brothers, they always had the cool gadgets. I remember my brother, God, I was probably about 10, and he had like a Kenwood stereo.
Oh, yeah.
And then he used to get the magazines for all the stereos and stuff. So, and you remember all this stuff, Kurt? So then you'd have to have an amplifier.
Oh, yeah.
Then you'd have huge speakers in the back. See, these kids don't know because the speakers now are built in. They're nice.
Are we still doing that, Keith? Do any boys on the team have like big systems in the trunk? Is that
Kicker boxes
is that
in the
thing?
backs?
All right, good. That's still going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear
when
me
you-
before you see me.
Back when you could fit in the trunk of the car, you'd be laying in the car, installing these things
100%.
because they were so big.
And then you let your friend do it, and then he cuts your brakes on accident because he really didn't know what he was doing. But damn, didn't that system sound great?
Oh, it was pumping. It was pumping.
No brakes though, but who
Yeah,
cares?
who are your guys digging in the bottom there? Damn. I mean, the toughest thing was running lines.
I was just
down
gonna
the
say, you
carpet
gotta hide
and
them
take
lines,
out and
man.
Stuff like you gotta be good at
Hide
that,
them
man.
lines.
You can't have lines like sitting out like some jabroni.
We used to have a place that was. Oh, you have your lines sticking out?
My blazer was sloppy as hell.
Oh,
Come on,
man.
man. It's just a little extra work.
You're never gonna win the bass boost contest with your lines.
Never
sticking
did.
out.
And they don't even make cars like they used to. I mean, they used to have like the Body by Fisher stuff on the outside where you could run the lines down by your doors, and you could just pop those out with a few screws, run the line from the front to the back, that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
I should
don't
have
do
done
that
that
anymore.
because I had the 75 K5 or 73 K5 Blazer with that white top that would come off all the way from the windshield all the way back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
I think the best part of my Trans Am when I got it when I first signed was my stereo was probably more expensive than the car. I mean, my stereo was awesome, dude. You could hear me coming before the car got there.
See the vibrate. Did your mirrors vibrate with the bass?
The windows vibrated.
Here. Yeah.
Dude, that's why I'm deaf in one ear. My stereo.
That's
is
when
so
you know
loud.
it's working.
That's right. That's when you definitely know that it's working. All right. Coming up next, we had stuff with Kevin Kernan from Ball 9. Go to ball9.com. Check out all of his great articles. Number 700 when the closest competitor was like at 200. Kevin Kernan joins us next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive on Fox Sports Radio.